everyone, Jonathan Krawchuk here at Culpeper Technical Education Center. Good evening and thank you for joining us for this live Facebook event. Now, one of the things I have to do first is introduce one of the true architects of this mission for our community, Randi Richards-Lutz, Director of CTE for Culpeper County Public Schools. Randi, first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
To be honest with you, it wasn't, but we were talking about it today, October 17th, 2019.
That's right.
When we stood at this pretty much exact same spot.
Yes.
For the groundbreaking, and here we are.
Yes, we were actually in the automotive lab, which I'll show you later. But first, John, thank you and Culpeper Media Network for hosting us. And welcome to the Culpeper Technical Education Center, or CTEC for short. We're standing right now on 15 acres. We're off of Frank Turnage Drive, next to the beautiful Daniel Technology Center. I want to tell you that this building, the real architects are RRMM Architects, and we're being constructed by Lockridge Construction.
Well, the facility, I mean, obviously they're in the midst of construction, but we are excited to get here and see this facility because it really has, we are so close. And
It's
you have
amazing.
to be over the moon for this.
Yeah, we're absolutely overjoyed. I can't wait to show you and everyone watching. But before we show them, we have to give a huge shout out and thank you to our Culpeper County Board of Supervisors and our Culpeper County School Board, to thank them for making this reality come true.
Okay. All right, well, Randi, I want to remind everybody that we are doing this live
Yes.
via Facebook, and the internet's not hooked up in here, so we may have a few small issues, but we're going to power through and have a great broadcast
That's
today.
exactly right.
So I'm really excited to get inside. Let's go ahead and do it.
Let's go. Let's see it.
All right, so Randi, as we go in, first off, what the folks are going to see is this amazing area, this amazing entryway, this
Yes.
lobby, and it's just absolutely stunning.
Yes, so you're looking, you just saw the reception area. You're currently looking down a hallway that is 428 feet long. Of course, that's longer than a football field.
Wait, I'm sorry, did you say 428 feet long?
I did.
That's pretty incredible.
Yes.
In fact, I wish Donovan O'Brien was here to see what we're talking about right now. So this is incredible. This space alone. Tell me a little bit about what we're seeing here in this lobby.
Okay, so this lobby over that way is the bus loop. That's where our students will actually enter. And then this floor here was reinforced so much that we can actually drive a car in here and have it on display. And then behind us is our culinary arts classroom. And we can talk about that culinary arts room if you want to a little bit.
It is amazing. You know, we had some people in here,
Yeah.
and they just magically disappeared.
Yes.
I don't think they want to be on camera. If Donovan O'Brien could come here
Yeah.
and stand with Nicole, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That would be just wonderful. All right, so Nicole, if you go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and take out this culinary arts. Now, one of the things we want to talk about, actually one of the many things we want to talk about, is the amount of programs and the scale of the programs themselves. In fact, when folks are taking a look at this, what they're going to see is a lot of equipment.
Absolutely.
So this equipment just came in yesterday?
Yesterday. This is we're standing in the commercial industrialized culinary arts kitchen. This massive hood is absolutely incredible. This was delivered yesterday and will soon be installed. And our students will come for culinary arts. They'll be leaving our program Serve Safe certified and ready to enter the workforce as chefs or any other culinary occupations.
Well, you know, Randi, as I look down, this is not something you see like in a restaurant. It's obviously a lot bigger than my kitchen. This is something you would see in a full-scale facility.
Right.
This is not just a cooking stove. This, as you mentioned, Serve Safe certification.
Absolutely.
This is big time.
It is. It's the real deal.
This space alone is amazing, and I can't wait to see it filled with future chefs.
Me too. I'll tell you, our instructor, Chef Cohen, he can't wait to get in here.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Randi, we have a few more things to see, but one of the things we wanted to talk about, or actually discuss, are some questions from the public.
Sure.
So if we could, let's go ahead and
Yeah.
go out, and we're going to go ahead and take a seat down, and I know we had a couple questions that folks have posted on Facebook already, so we're going to get to those, and I know even just seeing the beginning of, I mean, because we still have, as you mentioned, a 420, can we take a look down that hallway one more time? Because that is just spectacular. You said 428 feet?
Absolutely.
And that's, I think you can fit about 2 football fields in here?
Absolutely. 2 football fields will fit in this room.
Go ahead. All right, so Randy, one of the things that folks have already talked about, mentioned, emailed you about is enrollment.
Yes.
I know so many folks are so excited about what CTEC has to offer the community,
Yes.
and they want to take part in it right away.
Right.
How can they do so?
So, folks need to go to our new CTEC website, and you can get there by going to culpeperschools.org, and right on the homepage it will take you there. Someone's also going to link it in our Facebook Live so they can see it in the comments. And you click on the admissions tab, and it tells you exactly what to do. There's a tutorial on there that'll lead you right through what you need to do to register to be in one of these programs.
Oh my goodness. All right, so one of the things, do we have any additional questions that are coming through right now? And if so, let's fire them away. Well, I actually have a question. I have the answer, but I want to talk with you. We've only seen a couple of things, but there is, one thing I'm curious about is, how did this decision come to be made for our community?
Sure. So Dr. Brads became superintendent. He and John Eggerston and board of supervisors and the school board formed a joint advisory board, and we did surveys, and we surveyed our students. We looked at labor market needs, and that's how we decided what programs were going to be here. And why, John? Because we need to build a skilled workforce in Culpeper County and our surrounding areas.
Well, I love the fact that folks are understanding the importance of trades more and more.
Yes.
And it is amazing that Culpeper has really paved the way, quite literally.
Yes.
Paved the way and constructed something for our future.
Yes, absolutely. So a question I get a lot is what grade levels can come here. So if you're interested in culinary arts, you can enter that program as a 10th grader. If you're interested in healthcare technician or emergency medical technician, you can enter that program as a senior, and everything else is as a junior. And all of that, again, is found on the CTEC website.
Okay. And also there's a virtual tour on there as well.
Yes.
Obviously, we're here this evening, and there is going to be plenty
Yes.
more information to come. Just a personal question.
Sure.
When we had the groundbreaking, October 17th, 2019, I mean, I know you probably envisioned this, because we had the plans,
Yes.
but is it everything you hoped it to be, or is it even so much more?
It is so much more. I mean, look at this. And as we see the rest of the building, and I want you to imagine what it's going to be like when we have eager students and that knowledgeable staff and the equipment here. And then they're going to leave here with an industry credential. So they're going to graduate with a diploma, a credential, and then they can go straight into the workforce, or they can continue on with their education. But how amazing is that they can graduate with all that?
It is incredible,
Yes.
and it's to be a student in Culpeper County at this time.
Yes.
You are one lucky individual.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about some of the programs that we're going to see,
Sure.
and talk about the complete offerings for. I know folks are interested in all that CTEC has to offer. I mean, we've talked about. We've already spoken about the culinary arts.
Right.
Tell us a little bit more, especially some of the stuff that we're going to see.
Sure. So we have these 5x8 flyers all over the place where people can use the QR code to scan to get to the website. And our program of studies entail automotive technology, which we're going to, again, show you, cosmetology, culinary arts, cybersecurity, drafting, healthcare technician and emergency medical technician, like I mentioned, industrial maintenance technician, and 5 building trades areas, 5 specialty areas in the trades, masonry, carpentry, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC and refrigeration. And John, I got to tell you how important that is, because over the next decade, more than 1 million jobs will be created in the building trades occupations. So we have got to get skilled tradesmen out there.
Well, I would say with a facility like this, we definitely have a leg up.
Absolutely. We can do it here at CTEC.
One of the other questions that I've heard, we talked about the age range. You talked about what level that you have to be to take some of these courses. And it's open to, you must be a Culpeper County resident student.
So Culpeper County High School or Eastern View High School students, and they would spend half their day here. So they're at their base school for either morning or afternoon, and then they switch and they come here. And we'll provide their transportation here. Students won't drive. They'll come here on a bus, just like if they're a Mount Vista Governor School student, same kind of concept.
Okay. I believe we have a question.
Yes, we do. Can a student attend CTEC and still meet all of their graduation requirements?
All right, so again, the question was, can a student attend CTEC and still meet all of their graduation requirements?
Absolutely. That is an excellent question. And yes, and we have that so detailed that you go to the Planning for CTEC tab on the CTEC website, and you can see every single program and what a student would need to take in 6th through 12th grade for a standard or an advanced diploma to be able to meet those requirements and get all of their English, math, science, social studies, all their electives, and all of their CTEC classes in.
Okay. So do we have another one? Okay.
Someone is asking, will adults be able to take classes in the evenings?
Well, the question was, will adults be able to take classes in the evenings?
That is an excellent question as well. We are so excited to partner with Germanna Community College, and they will be offering evening classes. And I'm actually meeting with them later this week so that they can get those classes for automotive in their program of studies, so they can start advertising so the adults can be in here next fall.
Well, I have to take a look at this list of classes again because I got to check and make sure I don't want to do one of these. Let me see here.
I want to take them all, John.
You know, to be honest with you, my house says I need to become a plumber, but my heart says I want to do automotive technology.
Absolutely. How fun.
Do we have another question? Okay, I'm sorry, I misinterpreted the thing. So, all right, Randy, we talked about curriculum. I love the fact that you have the path laid out for the students right on the website. The website link is in the comments, but that website is, I'm sorry.
It's if you go to the Culpeper Schools website, culpeperschools.org,
Okay.
and then it's right there on the homepage.
All right. So, and as we move in this facility, I have so many questions,
Yeah.
and I want to ask some more as we go along.
Sure.
I just don't want to give you all the questions. But what are some of the other frequently asked questions that you've been getting over the months as the construction of this facility has come? I mean, I have one regarding the carbon footprint of the building, because you mentioned something about that. I want some more detail. But what are some of the more frequently asked questions that you get?
I think the question that I get the most is what we just answered, is what students can attend. Like, can a private school student attend? And private school students cannot attend. They have to be Culpeper County public school students. I get asked a lot if seniors can be in the programs that we have designated for juniors. And right now, as students are signing up, if we do not have enough juniors in the program, it's possible that seniors could get in. I get asked that every single day. To talk about some of those fun facts we were talking about, we are looking at solar panels for the building. And we could put 2,000 solar panels on the building that would generate enough kilowatt hours to offset our electricity usage to be a complete net zero building.
That's incredible.
It is incredible, and also becomes a learning experience for the students as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the Culpeper County Public Schools have really thought of just about everything with this facility.
And our architects are RRM. Yeah.
All right,
Absolutely.
and again, those architects, I think there were RRM and RRMM architects and Lockridge Construction.
That's right. Let me tell you another other cool thing. The structural steel, 85% to 90% is recycled content, including appliances, cars, containers, and other structured steel. How cool is that?
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Do we have one? I'm not sure if I'm getting a question or they're telling me to stop talking. Again, folks, we are having a little bit of fun with this Facebook Live event. We are getting a question.
How would a student know which courses to take in 9th and 10th grade before going to CTEC?
All right, so the question was, what classes, how will a student know what classes to take in 9th and 10th grade before heading to CTEC?
Absolutely. So there's several ways. We do what's called academic and career planning. We start that in the middle school. Our school counselors are just mighty, wonderful people to work with. They work with our students. We have career interest inventories that our students can take. We have an abundance of other career and technical education classes that our students can take. So that's a question I get a lot. Is this our only CTE classes, our only career and technical education classes? We have over 3,000 students enrolled in career and technical education right now.
I'm sorry, 3,000
Over
students?
3,000 at Floyd T. Benz, Culpeper Middle, Eastern View, and Culpeper County High School. So say you want to take culinary arts in 9th grade, you should take nutrition and wellness, or in 10th grade, take nutrition and wellness to then take culinary arts. If you're interested in automotive at one of the high schools, or even start in the middle school, take one of the agricultural science programs in ag mechanics, or one of the advanced classes. We do small engines in those programs. So we have these great elective classes that they can build on to then use that as they get here.
Okay. If we don't have a question from the audience, I think we may have one. All right, let me just check.
Will the community get to visit cosmetology to do services, to receive services?
So the question was, will the general public, such as me and you, be able to visit the cosmetology center, the cosmetology area here at CTEC for services?
Absolutely. Eventually, after we get going, we will have a day a week where people can come in and have our students do those services. We are going to work in conjunction with the cosmetology center in town. Ms. Hanson and I work very well together, and she's going to be a great advocate to work with, and giving me great advice already.
Before we get to our next question, I have a personal question. If that's the case, do we get to come in weekly to the culinary arts to test?
Possibly.
Okay, all right.
Possibly. We'll
Just
have
work
to
on
see
that.
about that.
And one of the question that I did have before we get to our next question from the public is, we mentioned working with the Cosmetology Center, Sue Hanson,
Yeah.
And also our partnership with Germana for the automotive,
Right.
that we're going to talk a little bit more,
Yes.
a little bit more about. Are we looking at other community partnerships, and if so, what could they be?
So we are going to have a sponsorship program that we're going to roll out very soon, where businesses can work with us to help sponsor areas of the building. We, of course, are working with our nonprofit Career Partners Incorporated as well. We partner with J. Sergeant Reynolds Community College with our culinary arts program. We have lots of partnerships. I tell you, I say this all the time, there's no place like Culpeper. It's so unique. And the answer is never no. If we need help from someone, they're always willing to be a partner. I think of Jeff Say in the Culpeper Chamber. They partner with us all the time as well. It's just when we called you and said, hey, can we do this Facebook Live? It was no question. Of course we're going to do it, Randy. So, again, what a wonderful place to be here in Culpeper.
I couldn't agree more. If we don't have an additional question from the audience, I see someone writing furiously back there. By the way, while we have it,
Can the kids drive to CTEC?
okay, the question was, are students able to drive to CTEC?
They cannot drive to CTEC. They will ride buses from their base schools here, and we'll take good care of them and get them back in time for dismissal or in time for lunch, whether they're a AM or a PM student.
And that's basically, it's part of their day in school.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
all
right.
Well, Randy, we have a little bit more to get to.
Yes. Let's show
I
the
say,
building.
little is the worst word to use in there. But we do want to go see
Let's see
more
it.
of this beautiful facility.
Sure.
So we'll go ahead and hop up. And I can't wait to see this fan you've been so eloquently talking about over the past couple
Yes,
weeks.
there's
That's
going to
coming
be
in.
a rather large fan up
A rather
there.
large fan indeed.
Yes, a big
All right.
fan.
All right, so as we go down, Randy, this is incredible. This is something like I've never seen before.
It's amazing. So to the right is our makerspace. This will be a collaborative space where students of all ages, our elementary school students can come with their teachers. People can come at night possibly. We'll have things like 3D printers, machines. The purpose of a makerspace is to use your creativity skills and come and make.
Now, we've talked about the Maker Fair that has been,
Yes.
and this is an extension of that. As you mentioned before, some of the surveys from the students,
Yes.
and I love how their voices are heard or have been heard
Yes.
in the construction of this facility.
That's right. And this next room is one of the biggest ones, and that's cosmetology.
All right, let's
our
take a look.
students have been telling our counselors for years that they want to become cosmetologists. So here we are. The room is not furnished yet, but you can see that they've started. The plumbing is done, the electrical work is done.
So when we look at this, actually, you can just film us through the wall if that's okay,
Sure.
or the glass partition. So when students are in here, how are we talking about having like stations?
Absolutely.
Okay, tell me.
So Virginia Department of Education puts safety requirements on, and this will be a max of 20 students in this program, 20 in the morning, 20 in the afternoon. So you can envision what that would look like with those stations.
Okay.
Yes.
And one thing I've noticed as we go through, you have, I guess a good word would be kind of like an active space and then a classroom space for
Sure.
a lot of these things.
Yes, so here to the left is our training rooms. And this training room can be split in half. There's a partition that goes down the middle. We'll use these for classrooms, but we'll also use them for conferences and meetings. Outside groups can reserve this space if they would like as well.
Okay, so as we move down the hallway, we've used some lights to illuminate the hallway because obviously the sun is setting. One of the unique features that I first noticed when I walked in the building the other day are the
lights.
skylights.
Yes.
That run through the entire length. I mean, you can see them, they're obviously dim because the sun is setting, but it is a unique feature,
Yes.
and I had made mention to you that those lights are so bright, and you said, no, John, those are skylights.
Yes, that's the sun shining in. So we have healthcare technician here, which is our CNA program, and they also can get a MedTech certificate. This is in partnership with Germanna Community College.
I'm sorry, med tech?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and also down here is the emergency medical technician classroom. And I've got to tell you, these are here because health science is the largest growing career cluster in the United States. So these programs are a great start for our students to get into healthcare.
So we talked about up there the MedTech, and also I believe you mentioned they could leave here with a CNA certification. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right.
And so
Exactly right.
if we come over here, and this is the EMT portion that you were talking about?
Right.
So ENT, sorry, ENT, that's a completely different thing. So EMT,
Yes.
CNA,
Yes.
that is incredible. And so there's a learning space, learning classroom?
Absolutely. Also down the hall.
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I was going to
Also down the hallway, all of our building trades classrooms that I talked about, those 5 areas. Our cybersecurity program is down there, and our industrial maintenance technician program is down there.
Now, one of the things that we were talking about earlier is the cybersecurity program as well?
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yes, so they will leave that program with a CompTIA certification. They'll learn all there is to know about cybersecurity, and it's some really unique features down in that room.
Well, again, this is a shortened tour.
Yes.
But when we have the opportunity, when it's all done, you and I are going to spend
We are.
hours in here, and
We
I can't
are.
wait for
Yes.
it. But one of the crown jewels of this facility is we're going to go into right now.
Yes.
Is, as we talked about it before, the automotive technology facility.
Yes, we're very proud of this.
So as folks may have seen when we were pulling across, they had the learning space, and here we are in this massive area. This is quite stunning, to say the least.
Isn't it just amazing? It's absolutely gorgeous. So again, partnering with Germanna Community College, they are relocating all of their equipment from their Stafford location here,
Okay.
and they will be offering their program at night while we have ours during the day.
Really?
Yes.
So how did that partnership come about, just out of personal curiosity?
I have to tell you that Dr. Gullickson is just absolutely amazing to work with. Again, I want to talk about how unique and how wonderful our partnerships are, and just through discussions and conversations. And she works well with Dr. Brads, and she was on that committee with us and got the wheels going, and here we are.
Nicole, can we take another look through this facility? It's 2 stories. We have 5 bays. This is absolutely incredible. I mean, there's lifts coming in. There's a lot more coming in. Obviously, the space is done, but there's just so much here. It's incredible.
So the one thing I haven't mentioned is we're not going to start with the diesel technician program, but in our second phase, we're adding that in, and that will be taught out of this lab. And also, if there was enough light, I could show you outside. There is this beautiful building trades awning that scans about half of this building on the outside, where our students in building trades can build in an open air atmosphere like they would out on a job site. It's really incredible.
One of the things that I have noticed in our discussion today, from the front to right here, especially with what you just said, is that real world
Yes.
experience.
Yes.
You know, when you're doing cosmetology, you're going to have that sink, you're going to have that chair,
Yes.
you're going to have all that stuff. When you're over in culinary arts, you're going to have a massive range, all the accoutrements that you're going to see in the real world. In here, making out there, all these, it's the real world experience is something. It's something to be treasured.
This will be hands-on instruction with authentic workplace experiences. So in a class like nursing, what they learn, that practical knowledge, they will apply those skills here in this building.
Now, I can see in your eyes.
Yes.
It's hard to see through the mask today. You are smiling ear to ear. I have been told that you were going to be happy dancing when this place opened up.
I've promised to dance.
Well, if you feel like doing a jig right now, I won't mind
it does
whatsoever.
not happen yet.
So one more thing, our time is short now. Yes. We want to make sure that folks know that this video will continue to be on Facebook.
Sure.
And for information, you want to go right to culpeperschools.org.
Yes.
Is there anything that maybe we want to mention as we finish up here tonight?
Absolutely. If you didn't get to ask your question or you have other questions, the first place to go if you're a student is to your school counselor. But you can also go to that web page, and on every single page at the bottom is contact. Hit that contact button and it will take you right to my contact information and Patty Singleton's contact information. She's also in the central office, CTE office, and we will be happy to work with you and answer any questions that you have.
Well, Randy, before we head out, I want to say thanks to Rob, Patty, Donovan, Nicole for being behind the camera, making sure everything works smoothly. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thanks for those who have tuned in and those who are watching this after our live broadcast. But you know, Randy, I want to turn to you, and you are a master at deflecting accolades to the people you work with. And you're a fantastic person for doing so. But I want to say thank you to you. Your passion and leadership as director of CTE with Culpeper Schools has been beyond exemplary. We are lucky to have you. I am lucky to know you. Thank you.
Thank you, John. You're very kind. But I am a part of an amazing team, and that's how we get this done. An amazing, amazing team. You mentioned Rob, Mr. Hammond, Dr. Brads, our school board, and again, our board of supervisors who made this a reality. We can't thank all of them enough.
It has been a lot of moving parts to get to where we are
That's right.
now.
That's right.
I know when the day comes for the ribbon cutting, we're going to make sure that every single person is thanked.
Yes.
And I know you and I both can't wait to see every single
That's right.
child take advantage of this opportunity that Culpeper
That's right.
has presented them.
Absolutely.
All right, Randy, again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really excited to see what the future holds for CTEC. And
Same.
here we are on the ground floor. Quite
Absolutely.
literally.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, folks, again, thank you for tuning in. In the meantime, we hope you have a great day. And of course, a better tomorrow.